one. And on the screen right now you can see two LEGO sets, Dawn of Iron Doom and 2015's Death Star Final Duel set. No minifigures attached. I'd like to start a discussion here. Now these sets came for about the same price. These days this would be a lot more expensive, but I wanted to, with inflation and all that, I wanted to just compare these, as these are two I would recommend see as two of the most recent great sets in their respective fields. This is a vehicle. It's actually quite mixed, but it is a vehicle generally. And this is a scene. A set build on the ground that doesn't move. This is supposed to be a scene. And I'd like everyone to just think about this in a second. Look at these sets. Look at other sets you have that fit into these characters, like Temple of Ajitsu, Temple of Fortitude, you know, stuff from Star Wars. They've got a whole bunch of vehicles and stuff. Like, sort of reverse and have a look. And I'd like people to sort of give their opinions on what they think the pros and cons of these kind of builds are and where they fit. Now, I personally think Star Wars and Ninjago are two of the most well-designed themes out of LEGO. They really have their set ideas and things, and it's quite surprising for LEGO because Ninjago is, of course, a new theme for LEGO. They created it, they own it completely. But Star Wars is a licensed theme. And something that's always jumped out at me is Ninjago has great built vehicles. Temple of Jitsu is just one. You know, City of Styx. You've got the Chen's Temple from Enter the Serpent from 2015 as well. And when you just take a step back and you have a look and you see all of these sets that Ninjago has, and you compare it to something that's created from a scene, you really get a feel, an idea of the way LEGO can create things when they're given control. Now, I think this is one of the few amazingly well done scene sets from Star Wars. Usually the scene sets are quite expensive, and usually they have to make a lot of compromises because they just cannot create something as large as they want to. But this set in particular really does a good job of this, and honestly, it just captures the large scale of even the smallest scenes in Star Wars. Like, when you think about it, this was like the only room in this scene, yet for like half of the movie pretty much. Yet it's so large and so expensive in LEGO, and here in the TV show, obviously this was built and created with the idea of being a toy first and in the show later, but this isn't, you know, properly scaled or anything, but it just looks right. It's quite impressive actually how they managed to balance this stuff into a more direct consumable audience. You know, you can get this set, and you can get this set when that was available, and you'd be happy with either, or I would be. But they're so different, they're so varied, not even just from their theme. Like, you could throw this into Ninjago, maybe change the colour scheme and the idea of it, but you could throw that into Star Wars, and it would look pretty in place, I reckon, with the sort of vehicles that the Empire used. You could imagine something using that in Star Wars, and vice versa. This sort of room, maybe not in this colour scheme or even general idea, Ninjago can sort of take from pieces. I think Ninjago is heavily inspired by Star Wars, obviously, so that makes sense, but the architecture decisions and the sort of creations of the builds are very similar, very different. When the roles are completely reversed, the opposite rings true. Obviously here we have the Ninjago battle for Ninjago City, and over here we've got the Imperial Shuttle Teridium. Although technically not the same as Dawn of Iron Doom, it's still a vehicle. These things are, you know, amazing sets that just prove my point of LEGO being able to provide both themes and other themes with great vehicles and sizes at decent prices. Of course, I did just throw that whole pricing comparison out of the window with this thing, but I just couldn't resist. It's so beautiful. Of course, the Imperial Shuttle Teridium is about, I think it was a bit more expensive than Final Duel, but around the same price, and you know, this is a bit more expensive, but it really just goes to show the sort of way that this is all sort of panned out for LEGO in the last few years with pricing and sort of decision making of the company and the design team's success. So yeah, I think this is all I'm really going to have time for today. I don't want to keep you too long, but if you do, you know, have any more to add to this or anything I might have gotten a bit wrong with pricing or something, maybe you you think I am not in the right of comparing these two quite as in the same light. I think they can be compared quite well. Of course, if you wanted to go into an in-depth review on any of these sets, you'd need to find something more similar to really show off the differences. But I think LEGO does a really good job of creating things from a multiple of different sizes, shapes, purposes. They're really quite good at it now. So, yeah, thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.